understand clearly what you're coming from, bro. I understand where you're coming from. But to me, things have changed. Things have changed. Honestly, and I think I know why I said coming into the season. I think I said like 11-5 or so, or 11. Actually, I think I might have said 11-6. I think I might have said that. Again, yeah, that was, I ain't gonna lie, that was a hopeful thing. I think I might have said 11-6 and maybe 10-7. Who knows? I might have said something like that. And I might have been thinking a little bit different. One, I thought Jackson would be worse than they actually are. Same thing with the Colts. I thought those teams would be a little bit worse. Um, but 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 again, if you told me what we had going into the season, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. But like I said, after the season starts to play out the way it plays out, bro, things are different. Things have changed. I did say 11-6. Okay, I know. I thought I said 11-6, but things have changed. The perception has changed. My expectations have changed because you tease me now. You tease me with flirting with the division. Do you know that the Texans still have a good chance, not an outside chance, not a puncher's chance, not a oh well, blah, blah, blah. No, an actual, real, legitimate chance to be the number 2 seed when it's all said and done? They do. They really do, because they're a game behind. They're right now. They're a game behind the Jags in the division. Like I told you, they win this week, and Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Dallas win. The Texans jump up to the 5th seed. If Jacksonville loses to the Ravens, because the Jacksonville Jaguars play the Ravens. They play Tampa Bay after that. I feel like it's Atlanta who they play after that. I didn't pull up the Jags schedule just to do this one, to do this live. But I know they got Baltimore this week, and I know they end up the season against Tennessee. I know they play Tampa. I feel like the other game is Atlanta, because I know for a fact they play Tampa. So if they lose against Baltimore and they lose any other game and the Texans win, that will give them the AFC South. Now, that only puts them a game behind Miami and KC. Only puts them a game behind Miami and KC. KC is dropping footballs left and right from their receivers, or not even lined up off sides. And Miami has to go up against Dallas and Buffalo to finish out their season. And the only reason why the Dolphins have a 90% chance to make the playoffs is because they already have 9 wins. And as it stands right now, they're winning the division. But they've already lost the tiebreaker to Buffalo. And if Buffalo wins out, but Buffalo wins out, because Buffalo's already beat Miami. If Buffalo wins out, Buffalo owns the tiebreaker because they'll sweep Miami. Buffalo would jump in and win the division. The Texans will have a tiebreaker over Buffalo because the Texans have a better conference record than Buffalo by 2 games as it stands right now. We talking about the Texans win out, so if the Texans win out, they will keep that same. What you call it? So the Texans will have a better conference record over Buffalo by 2 games. So they'll have the tiebreaker over Buffalo if Buffalo happen to win the division. And even if Buffalo didn't win the division, Miami still might not. Yeah, Miami still might lose 2 games that will give them a worse conference record than the Houston Texans as well. So there's a really good shot that the Texans could end up being the number 2 seed. So in saying that, that's a long way the way. I'm sorry, excuse me. That's a long way the way for me telling you that expectations have absolutely changed. Now, I don't expect you to get the number 2 seed. I'm not gonna be mad if you don't get the number 2 seed. I'm not, as I stand right now, I'm not even mad at you if you don't win the division. Even though you kind of squandered the chance twice. After losing at home against Jacksonville, you would have taken over the division at that point in time, and would have gave you the biggest chip in the bank to sweep over Jacksonville. That's how crucial that loss was. And you had lost a chance and the opportunity on Sunday to at least tie with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, still, the biggest loss of the Texans schedule is the Jags loss. Because even losing against the Jets, my most angry loss is the one against Carolina because it's the worst team. But if you would have beaten Jacksonville, no matter about you losing to the Panthers, and no matter that you lost to the Jets, if you would have beaten Jacksonville instead of being 7-6, you're 8-5, and you have swept Jacksonville, and you have the complete tiebreaker over them, and you're in full control of the division.